Good. So the second financial terms we want to look at is rates. Rates. What is it? Don't forget, ratio have the same units. Good news. Rates have different units. Pretty simple. When we are dealing with ratio, we said the units in numerator must be the same with units in denominator. But under the ratio, no. It's reversed in the case. The units in numerator is not the same with the unit in denominator. A good example is, let's say, teacher ratio students. So let's say 2 teachers ratio 4 students. You see, their units is not the same. And that is what makes it rates. You want to find the rate of dollar to Turkish lira You see, the units is not the same, right? We said dollar ratio TL, right? TL. Or you want to find the ratio of miles per hour. Miles per hour. So these are good examples of a rate. But now let's solve real example. Okay? Are we together? Okay, so let's talk about unit rate. Unit rate. Let's talk about this. That's up is not the same. The same thing with this one. But if you say unit, it means that the denominator is just 1. The denominator is just 1. For example, the ratio of students, teacher per student in a class. Obviously, it's only 1 teacher can be in a class at the same time, right? 2 teachers cannot be teaching at the same time. I mean, if all things being equal. Because if I'm talking here and that teacher is talking here, you see that we get confused at what's happening. So that's a good example. Another example is if I ask you how many pages you read per hour. How many pages of book you read per hour? So, for example, if I say reading 30 pages per hour, it means that 30 pages per hour. That is, per hour means 1 hour. Which means you can say, oh, I read 30 pages per hour. This is called unit rate. Now, if this is not just 1, it's not more unit. Unit. It has now become generalized, right? Let's look at the sample. Okay, so let's look at some example. Now, this is a very quick formula. This is a very quick formula. That is, the rate is the quantity, the first quantity divided by the second quantity. Now, let's look at the example. Bernard. You know I'm laughing, Bernard. Mr. Bernard. This comedy that is going on the internet. Okay, Bernard rode his bicycle for 3 hours. The bicycle for 3 hours. And traveled 27 miles. What is the speed? What is the speed at which he rode his bicycle? So, following the formula, the rate, we are looking for the rate, which we say is the first quantity divided by the second quantity. So, in this case, we have 27 miles, and then he rode it for 3 hours. 3 hours. He rode it for 3 hours. So, which means we can reduce it, right? As usual. So I don't want to waste time, but you know what to do, right? 3 goes here 1 time, and 3 goes here 9 times. So 9 divided by 1 is 9. If you write 9 as result, as final result, it is not accepted. You have to tell us what is the unit. The unit here is what? 9 miles per hour. So which means he spent 1 hour rolling his bicycle for 9 miles. If you don't want to write it this way, you can also write it as 9 miles per hour. Do you understand? So this is the number of times you roll his bicycle. The second question. It says, write a rate of 80 kilometers per 320 minutes in lowest terms. So, following the same formula, the rate. So we have 80 kilometers and he spent 32 minutes. So, to the lowest term, is very important. I want to look for very short method. The 0 can cancel this is 0. We all agree, right? What is left? We are left with 8 by 32 kilometers per minute. But it's not yet at lowest term. We can still reduce it, right? So quickly, let us use our wonderful method. 2 goes 4, 2, 2, 2, 1. So the first one can give us 2 by 2 by 2. And then the second one, 32, 2. So we have 1 here, we have 6 here, 2 again, we have 8. 2 again, we have 4, 2, 2, 2, 1. So this one gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. So this is 3 2's. Cancel 3 2's here. What is left here is 1. This is 4, right? So we have 1 over 4 kilometer. We have to be careful. Let us look at this question again. It says kilometer per minute. If it's other way around, we have to be careful. It will not become minutes per kilometer. So we have to understand the grammar. Lowest term, that is to the odd, to the prime numbers, so that you cannot cut each other. Are we together? Good. So the next financial terms we are going to look at now is proportion. Proportion. What is proportion? In a very simple layman language or layman definition, proportion is an equation of ratio. Simple. What does it mean? We know ratio, right? Ratio, if you say 2:3. Now, proportion now take 2 ratio or more together. So if you say 2:3, and you said 4:8, for example, 4:6. So we want to check if this proportion is the same. So as I said that proportion is an equation of ratio. Equation, you know what equation? Equality. So now what's proportion of this? 2:3 is the same with 4:6. The question is it the same? That is the proportion. Do you understand? So for us to know whether this is the same, we have to write whether it's true or it's false, right? And for this case, we can see that this is the same, right? Because if we reduce this guy to the lowest term, we are going to get this guy. So which means it's the same. Do you understand? In summary, proportion is an equation of ratio. And we use it a lot in science. We use it a lot in science. It's very, very important. It's like a key for the key to the fundamental principle of science. It's very important. So let's look at some example. We want to check if this guy is true. Is the proportion true or false? Is this guy equal to this guy? Let's quickly check it. They said 100 miles divided by 4 gallons. We want to check if it's the same thing as 50 miles 2 gallons. We want to check. Question mark. So we have to reduce this guy, right? Whether we are going to get this. 100. 2 can go in 4. 2. 2 can go in 100. 50. So this is 50 by 2. And this is 50 by 2. Which means it is true. So the answer is true. Right? If the right answer is the same with the left hand side, it means it's true. But if it's not the same, it means something is wrong. It means it's not true. Right? Now, let's look at another example to make it more clear. One office has 2 printers for 18 computers. This is one. 3 printers for 18 computers. Now, another office, let's say this one is office 1. Now, office 2. Office 2 has 20 printers for 105 computers. Now, question says, what is the ratio of printer to computers the same in the 2 offices? In the 2 offices. So we have 2 ratios now. We have the first and we have the second. So to compare this guy, we have to use proportion method. What is the proportion method says? Proportion method is an equation of ratio. So which means office, we want to check if office 1 is the same, they have the same printer and computer in office 2. We want to check this. Office 1 has 3 out of 18, right? We want to check if it's the same as 20:105. Of course, we know that this is printer and this is computer. Now, to find this guy, we have to reduce this guy to the lowest term, reduce this to the lowest term, and compare the 2 results if it's the same. Are we together? Good. So, quickly. 3 out of 18. So we can cut it, right? 3 goes here, 1. 3 goes in 18. How many times? 6 times, right? You know, right? You know what to do. Count 18 and divide it, partition it into 3. So the first one give us 1:3. This is the office 1. For office 2, we have 20, we have 105. So we can divide it, right? What can we use? If you want, you can use our normal method. 20, 2 can go, so we have 10 left. 5 can go, 2 can go again. We have 5 and 5. We have 1. So for the up, we have 2 by 2 by 5. Now for 105, 2 cannot go. 3 can go. Yes, 3 can go. 3 in 10 is 3. The remaining 1. 3 in 15 is 5. Can 3 go again? No. 5 now. 5 can go. What is left is 7. Right? And now 7 is 1. So this is 3 by 5 by 7. So cancelling it is only 5 that can cancel. So what is left in this place is 4 by 21. And this one is 1 by 6. Is it the same? It's not the same. It's not the same. This place is so that one printer is for 6 computers. And this one says 4 printers is for 21. So it's not the same. Since it's not the same, we say this is not true. This is not true. Because this number is not the same. Do you understand? Very good. Any question? The best way to understand and to know better is to solve more problems. So you can check our workbook and solve more problems so that it's wide knowledge. The teacher can only do it in the class. You have to do more as your own personal.